Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the 2018 edition of the Atlanta Havoc as they are getting set to take on the South Carolina Cowboys. And joining me on the broadcast right now is Marquez Hodo. He knows a lot about both these teams.
Yes, sir, I really do. You know, Atlanta Havoc is a good team that just originated out of Albany. You know, South Carolina Cowboys, I don't know too much about them, but hey, I'm looking forward to knowing a lot more about these two teams as they get ready to face off here, starting here at 7 o'clock in the Buford Arena.
We're getting set for the kickoff, and I'm excited. This is my first game here with the Atlanta Havoc, and it's just been bananas. And Marquez, you know, you've been on the football field.
Right.
You know what it's like. What are the emotions like going through the pregame?
Well, the emotions for me, man, is at the beginning of a game, you know, everybody got those butterflies, but it's anxious butterflies. Those butterflies are not scared butterflies. Those butterflies are just mean that you just ready to get out, let it all out, have some fun, and enjoy playing the game and love the game that you like to play so much, you know. That's all it's about.
All right, I'm excited. You know, we always talk about what has got to happen to really set yourself apart in a football game. You know, preparing for a game. You know, my big question is when you're preparing for a game, what do you look at? I mean, how much film do you look at versus working on your technique?
Honestly, before a game, film is the most important. Technique will come along with, you know, as you watch your opponent. You want to watch your opponent, know what they like to do, know what what their intentions on doing. You have to know those type of things at the beginning of the play. That will also help you with your technique, knowing how to approach any situation that you get in. So, you know, techniques and mechanics are very important, but that film room is where it starts.
You talking about Tabor?
Yes, sir.
And we are getting set as we've got the crowd getting into it. We've got fans. It's getting exciting as we're getting set for a nice rumble here in Buford, Georgia. There are a few seats still available, so my thing is, if you haven't got tickets to see arena football, man, you're missing out on a treat.
Yes, you guys come on out. You know, they got a little tailgating going on outside. You can stop by somebody's grill, they can get a hot dog, a hamburger, walk on in, enjoy yourself some good arena football this evening.
And that was the one thing I noticed on the way into the arena is that they had people were out there tailgating at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Right.
And I was just in awe. I mean, it was not just 1 or 2 people. There were about 8 or 10 people out there tailgating.
Yes. And when I pulled up myself, I saw a couple of texts, and I came, you know, maybe about 30 minutes after you did. And they were still out there having a good time, you know, getting everybody fed. They ready to come in and watch some football as well. So.
And I'm ready. I don't know about you, but they're getting set for the national anthem. So we're going to cut away to a commercial break, and we'll be back as you're enjoying Atlanta Havoc football. And we're getting set for kickoff as we've got the national anthem. This is going to be an outstanding game. I don't know about you, Marquez, but I'm excited.
I'm excited too, Eric. You know, it's just football is a game that's full of emotions, and I'm just there to see these guys put all the emotions on the field and just leave it on the field tonight here in Buford.
And right now, the Atlanta Havoc, undefeated so far this season, unblemished. Their last home game, it was a complete blowout, 66-0. And that's what they're hoping will happen again tonight.
Well, 66-0 says it pretty much by itself. You know, those guys know how to play a little bit of football, I'm assuming. Those are big numbers to put up.
And I know you're excited. I think this is the first time you've also had a chance to check in on the Atlanta Havoc's football team.
Yes, this is my first time. I'm very excited to have this opportunity to sit here and, you know, just produce this game with you.
And what we're going to do, we're going to talk probably a good little bit about, because this is a game where, you know, you being a former defensive back,
right.
The defensive backs in indoor football get burned quite a bit. And the thing is, they have to know, hey, that was just one play, I've got to bounce back.
Short-term memory. Short-term memory is the best way I can say it. You know, it's going to happen. You're going to get beat, but you just can't make it a habit. You know, you got to come back the next play, bounce back, and let them know, hey, I'm here to play all night, man. You got that one play, but it won't happen again.
And as we see the captains coming up on the field, the 30-man roster for the Atlanta Havoc, they're coached by Gerald Mitchell. They call him Boo.
Yeah, I wonder where that name came from. What does Boo mean?
And that might be something we'll have to ask him
right
when he comes up, because this is always exciting. And I've worked quite a bit. I know their offensive coordinator. He's also the general manager, and it's Josh. We call him Rez because nobody can really pronounce his last name.
Right.
And he does a fantastic job as an offensive coordinator. He's got a quarterback that's a gunslinger. You hear me? I mean a gunslinger.
Well, I guess a gunslinger is pretty much needed in this arena football. You know, the field is, you know, is half of a regular field, so they don't have too much of a distance to throw the ball.
Yep, you're right. And I'm just looking forward to it. And looks like tonight, one of the bullets in the gun tonight for the Atlanta Havocs will not be available. And that's Isaiah Jupiter. I'm told he's going to be out tonight. And you also know a lot about Isaiah Jupiter.
I know a lot about Isaiah Jupiter. Man, Isaiah talked it up a lot when he was in Albany playing for the Firebirds. You know, this season I talked to him. He says he's holding the record of 2 touchdowns right now. He also looks forward to seeing this guy right here, McDaniel, say he stepped up a lot. I think he's a receiver.
Yes.
He stepped up a lot, so he's holding his end on the receiver core of that Atlanta Havoc team. So he has some help.
And it looks like the Cowboys have elected to receive. And one of the other things that I love about this arena game, you know, since it's a short field, when you have a kickoff, if you can kick it through the uprights, it's called an uno, and you get a point.
That's points for that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm guessing everybody's gonna try to kick that ball through the upright then to start this game off and get him a point then.
The only negative is if you kick it and it goes out of the field of play, out of the end zone, the ball comes to the 20-yard line.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't have much to go when it's on the 20. That's a big yardage there to start the game off on the 20.
And the officials are getting set.
All right.
I'm excited. These fans are getting excited.
Yeah, the fans are pouring in. Seats are filling in. So if you haven't got here by now, you're not too late. Just come on down to the arena and enjoy yourself some good football here.
And I do apologize, fans. I do not have a roster for the South Carolina Cowboys, so we might just be calling them by number rather than name, and I do apologize about that. And we are getting set for some rock'em sock'em action.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be the big question right now. Is Jed Solomon, who is set to kick it off, is he going to aim for an uno or allow a return?
Well, I would aim for an uno to start this game off. And this is our home. We don't want to get overshown out
Here's
of our
the
home.
kick by Solomon up It hits an overhead obstruction, so by rule, the ball should come out to the 25-yard line.
Okay, cool. So the Atlanta Hawks takes over here on the 20.
It's going to be the South Carolina Cowboys will take over on the 25. Well, it looks like they're going to set it on the 20.
Okay.
One of the players I'm looking forward to seeing is they call him ZB. I know him as Zach Brown, number 10, the fullback from Farron College, but he's on the offensive side of the ball.
So we got a guy here that's a linebacker, Eric Crosby from Albany State University, huh?
You remember Crosby, don't you?
I don't think I remember Crosby.
As we're getting set, the Cowboys in the shotgun. High motion man to the far side. Here's the snap. Cowboys drop back. He's under some duress. He throws. Receiver not looking for the football. Incomplete.
Now that right there for South Carolina, I believe that was called a rocky start. Oh, yeah. A rocky start here. You got your receiver going down the field, and he's not looking. The quarterback and the receiver has to be on the same page. What you think?
And that's true. And the quarterback tried to throw a little one over the top, hoping he could beat the defensive back. Here we go once again. Lining up. High motion man to the near side. Here's the snap. He looks, throws just over the outstretched arms of the Jack linebacker. Almost intercepted. Eric Crosby almost with the interception as the pass goes incomplete. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Cowboys.
That was also a great play by
Eric Crosby right up underneath, almost with a pick 6. As we see the tight end declare. High motion man coming into circle motion to the far side into a trips formation. Here's the snap. He drops back, throws, passes complete underneath.
Oh, that's a
big
good
hit.
big stick by
LaRoche Jackson. Defensive back from Clark, Atlanta, right here in Atlanta, GA.
Oh, yeah. He's home. He's home. That was a good play by him.
Watch the replay.
He sits there in that slot position watching that man come out. He sees it, goes, attacks it, and he's shoulder down, drive through the opponent. That was a great play by him.
And, I always call that bringing the thunder.
Yes.
Now it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to go for it. 4th and 5 ball right at the midfield mark. Here's the snap. They drop back. He waits. He's under some duress. He throws in the back of the end zone. Could it be?
Oh, that's a nice play again by Mashex Robinson.
And let's watch the replay. As you see, he looked like he had a little trouble with the snap, but he was under some instant pressure. He throws it, and breaking off right underneath was Michael Robinson.
Michael Robinson almost like he could have grabbed that and went the other way with that one. What you think?
So it's a turnover on downs. Great field position for the Havoc to start the first series.
Right.
As this defense, statistically, I think is rated at the top of the AAL this season.
Is that right?
They are pretty close to the top. When you're undefeated, you know you're pretty close. This time under center. Drop, he's looking, he throws. Finds his receiver up underneath. It's complete.
Now, I like this play a lot here. This play, was positive yards, nothing negative about this play. The quarterback gets the snap. He gets back there. He's dropped back, looked very calm. He looks downfield for his receiver, finds it on the connect. It's positive yards for the Atlanta Havoc here.
And Chappell, great one-handed catch pretty close to the first down strike. And that's what you call a great throw and catch. Chappell drops back, throws underneath, wide open, touchdown.
They made that play look too easy. That's that guy I was telling you about that you need to watch out for.
That's Ryan McDaniel on the reception.
Ryan McDaniel.
6'3", 200-pounder from Sanford. And that, for those of you who don't know, that's out of Birmingham, Alabama. Watch the replay.
Nice play. He sends him in motion. Quarterback looks at him, goes down the field. He looks off with the defender. He looks off. You see the little slight look off, and he finds his receiver in the end zone standing all alone. Touchdown, Atlanta Havoc. And look at that little no. You can't guard me.
And that was a great play by your quarterback. You talked about that, the little things turn into big plays. And he looked off that corner. And you being a defensive back, how big is that when the quarterback looks, stares down a receiver and goes somewhere else?
When that happens a lot, you know, you're so tuned in and focused on your receiver. Once you get that focus from the quarterback going to another direction, your instinct is immediately, oh, I'm going to go here and get that pick. But you got to stay patient, be focused. You know, he gave that ground, he looked off, that corner didn't budge, so he was able to find that hole and put up points for Atlanta Havoc. So
the Havoc takes a lead early on, 7-0, 10:02 to go in the first quarter. Outstanding game if you're a Havoc fan, and we're starting to see the crowd file in, and it's always great when you see this. And Solomon added the PAT, so it's 7-0. And Ken Solomon, one of the knocks on Solomon is his leg is so strong that he might knock the overhead scoreboard down.
Right.
Here's Solomon with a run-up in the kick. That one was close. He couldn't quite get it. It's a touchback. The ball will come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys.
We're back in second round. We're going to see what this South Carolina team has for us on offense coming up here. I'm quite sure they want a better start than the last one. So,
and when you look at this roster, it's a mix of athletes from all over the country. You've got Valdosta State, Clark Atlanta, Albany State, Troy University, Sanford, West Georgia, Delaware State, UT Chattanooga, Grambling, University of Georgia, Northern Illinois, West Virginia, Arkansas.
They're just from everywhere. Just everywhere.
And it looks like they're going to load the gun here. Looks like the quarterback's going to come under center.
Quarterback might have saw something here from the
high motion man coming from the far side to the near side. Here's the snap. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to go down goes the Cowboys.
Big time play. That's a big time play by Mr. Alexander Frederick, D lineman. He's 6'1", 260. That's a great play by him. He attacks off that line, gets his hands out. I'm not pretty much of a big person on defensive lines, but I know they control that hole. And what he did was attack that hole, got in there, and got him a sack. That's a big-time play.
And what I say is, on this play, the tackle got not just whipped, whiz-zaz-zaz-zap.
Yeah. I got to add that to my new category, whiz-zaz-zaz-zap.
Here we go, 2nd down and about 20 to go. Cowboys come under center, high motion man on the far side. Here's the snap. Under some pressure again, receiver breaks off his route, and the quarterback thought he was going to continue, and there was another miscommunication there.
That's another miscommunication. You know, you can't have too many of those. The quarterback and the receiver has to be on one page. They have to find the page that they're looking for. You know, the quarterback sets back. He kind of also look like he's rushing. You know, he don't have a lot of time back there.
Do you think he's getting some happy feet?
Yeah, I think he's getting happy feet, and he's getting a lazy arm because he's not making any good throws. But it could just all be the pressure from this Atlanta Havoc defense, you know.
Here comes the high motion man. We're not able to get it on the scoreboard. No. I'm working on it. When I get a chance to get a break, I'll take a look. Yeah, okay,
cool. I don't know if you saw that play, but once again, he did not connect with his receivers. That's 3 balls that was been thrown that have not been touched by any receiver here on this South Carolina team.
And you're wondering, you know, is it the miscommunication? Are there some new signees and they just haven't had a chance to get their timing down yet?
Or this could be the noise, the loud noise in this Atlanta Havoc Dome arena. You know, it's just got them discombobulated. Everything is working in their favor right now as the Atlanta Havoc.
Here's a snap. He's under duress almost instantly, and down go the Cowboys once again.
Man, I tell you, the South Carolina team here, man, they got to take some time and try to reevaluate what's going on here. This is when you look towards the coaches. You know, what are the coaches' plans right now?
And we watch the replay as number 92 for the Cowboys, that's Larry Ford from West Virginia, just comes blowing through, and he turned that offensive lineman into a speed bump.
Now, at what point is they going to say enough is enough? We got to move the ball, fellas.
And that's what we talked about with this team. This defense is lights out. And we've got a media timeout, so we're going to step away for a couple of moments, and we'll be back as you're enjoying Atlanta Havoc football right here on the AH YouTube channel. And here we go, first and goal for the Havoc. They're going to get it to the fullback, and he's going to dance into the end zone. Touchdown, Havoc.
That was Brown Zach, the fullback, just walks in the end zone. You know, he didn't have to work too hard for that touchdown.
That was ZB Zach Brown. No real work on that. He was not supposed to play today, but guess what? He's out there. He's been battling a hamstring injury as we come to the replay.
It's pretty simple handoff toss to the left side here. You know, he just finds his hole, finds his way, break that plane. Hey, 7 points for Atlanta Havoc. He tried to hand the ball off to that South Carolina team over there. A little show off, but that's all just having fun.
And here's the snap, placed down, kicks up, looks good, and it is good. Your new score with 5:37 remaining, the Atlanta Havoc 14, the South Carolina Cowboys 0.
One thing I can say though, Eric, you know, there's a lot of game to be played here. One thing I can say is the Atlanta Havoc cannot just let their mind lose focus. They're still here to play a game. They want to win the game. So we got to see if they can maintain their focus to finish this game.
True that, as we see Coach Rez over on the bench celebrating with his offense as they're up 14-0, and there's really not a lot you can say about this. So far in this game, it's been all Havoc.
Right. Like I say, the Havoc is definitely having their way.
And right now, if my math is correct, the Cowboys are negative 33 yards in total offense. And here's the kick. It hits an overhead obstruction. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line. And one of the things, and the reason why it keeps hitting the overhead obstruction, Jed Solomon is a kicker, and what he's trying to do is put it through the goalpost. For those of you who are new to AAL football, the rule is on a kickoff, if the kicker can put it through the goalpost, you get an extra point. And there is in this arena, it's a low ceiling, and there is a big jumbotron in the middle of the field, which means you have to try to kick around that.
Right. So does that mean, does it help if they, where they position the ball, whether they position it farther to the right of the end zone or farther to the left of the end zone? Does that help?
Yes, and that's kind of what Jed was doing, is you saw him try to set it up on the corner.
Okay, all right.
As the Cowboys load the gun, here's the snap. Quarterback drops back, and it's going to be met. Crosby.
Big time hit again.
Shows you what
Crosby,
it's about.
He's having a good time down there. He's down there eating it up, showboating. He clears a defender, shakes him off. It's like he's not even there. Watch him bust through this line. Goes through this line. Get off of me. You can't see me. Big time hit for a loss. Crosby, big time play, sir.
Outstanding job by Eric Crosby and this Atlanta Havoc defense. This is the first positive yards play that they've had this game. 1 yard.
Oh, so they actually did gain a yard on that play.
They're going to give him a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9. High motion man to the high side of the field, and he's under duress, and he's going down.
Down goes Cowboys.
That's the 4th sack of the game for the Havoc.
Yeah, you know, to me, I'm starting to think that this Atlanta Havoc team is just having practice out here, you know. Once again, there's nothing new. They attack that hole. You know, everybody on this South Carolina team is going backwards. So, I mean, the Atlanta Havoc is definitely controlling the line of scrimmage right now. They're having their way. They're, 4 sacks by now?
And that's the thing I'm looking at is that defensive line of the Atlanta Havoc.
Are they just that good?
And I believe they are.
Well, it's pretty good size down there, like I say.
And the tight end declares. Here's a snap. Right there. It's going to be almost intercepted. Larry Ford with almost a Christmas gift in April.
Larry Ford, like I say, he's controlling that line. He gets through and hands up. That's what they're taught. You know, hands up to block the quarterback vision so they can't see anything. And like I say, this guy here, Larry Ford, stands about, 6'6". He's a big body to get around.
That is true. And it is 4th down, and it looks like the Cowboys are going to go for it. Here's a snap. And instantaneous pressure. He eludes it. He's looking downfield. Looks like it could be.
Oh, innocent. See? And there it is.
And the secondary just can't believe it.
Now, I don't know what went wrong on this play. But all I know is the South Carolina Cowboys has just got a little hope in this game here.
As they've cut down that Havoc lead. This is the first point scored in this arena this month, I believe.
Yeah.
The Havoc have been on the road, and this is the first touchdown that's been scored here in at least 3 weeks.
They had no replay.
And they're getting set for the PAT attempt. And we've got an injured player on the field. So let's just hope everything's all right. With that, we're going to step away for just a moment as you're enjoying Atlanta Havoc football right here on the AAL Atlanta Havoc YouTube channel. Here's the snap, the place down, the kick is up. Looks good, and it is good.
You know, for those of you who missed that last play, man, it just seemed like I seen a corner just fell asleep back there. He got too lackadaisical and relaxed, and that receiver for the South Carolina Cowboys snuck behind him, and he went up for 7 points, man.
1:31 remaining in the first quarter, and your Havoc lead 14-7. And here's a question, and in this situation, the South Carolina Cowboys don't have anything to lose. Would you try an onside kick here?
Honestly, I wouldn't do an onside kick. You know, you still want to be professional about what you're doing. It's 7. You just knocked the score down. You know, 7 points, 14-7. Let's just go ahead and kick this thing out and set up to play defense. You know, I trust my defense well enough. Let's go out and get this ball back and then score that way. I understand you don't have anything to lose, but you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot as well, you know.
Well, the way this offense is moving the football and the way this defense is playing, that might be your only hope, is to possibly get this ball back.
Yeah. I guess I just look at it from the end point of it's a whole lot of ball to be played. You know, just the first half is going to be over. First quarter, you know, just come out, regroup, keep this thing 14-7, come back out and play.
True. That's true.
Shouts out to the Atlanta Havoc cheerleaders here. You know, we didn't recognize these ladies.
And the cheerleading and dance teams work just as hard as the players.
All right.
You know, they're out there rehearsing 5 days a week. You know, they come up with new routines every week, and it's always great when you see this kind of energy from the cheer squad.
That lets you know that they have a great support system behind them, along with their fans. You know, they're working on filling up this 5,000 capacity arena here in Buford. You know. Just from a little bit of football that we've seen, which guy would you say stood out the most to you for right now on the Atlanta Havoc team? Which guy has done, you know, an outstanding job so far in this game?
Right now, even though it's only just early, it's still a minute 31 left to go in the first quarter. You know, I had to give it to Eric Crosby so far. Outstanding game. He almost had an interception. He's been in just about every play. He shut it down when they tried to run the football because in the Arena League, you have 2 linebackers. You have a MAC linebacker and a JAC linebacker. Mm-hmm. The MAC linebacker is the only linebacker that's allowed to rush or blitz. The JAC has to stay in what they call a box. Mm-hmm. Basically, he can't drop in coverage deeper than 5 yards,
right?
But he can cover sideline to sideline. And here we go with the return.
A nice return here.
And that was an outstanding return. And that was Martell Moore, the 6'1", 195-pounder from Northern Illinois. He sees the crease, explodes right through the hole. Martell, outstanding job. So as we're under a minute to go in the first quarter, the Havoc sitting with a 14-7 lead. Chappelle under center. Here's the snap. He drops quick. Pump fake. He's looking all day to throw the football. And that's the first negative yardage play for the Havoc. That
was a nice play, I should say, by the South Carolina Cowboys here. They sat there on that. They shut down that play over here on the sideline. Obviously, he didn't have anywhere to go downfield. They just came up, played up. Nice play by number 5 here on the South Carolina Cowboys defense.
And again, we'll apologize, fans. We did not get a roster from South Carolina, so we're just going to play it by ear. Here's the snap. Chappelle drops all day to throw the football. Finds a man. Oh, my.
Well, that right there looked like a case of a hot potato between the teams here. Nobody actually wanted that football. They didn't want that pigskin that time.
You took the words right out of my mouth as we come here on the replay. Chappelle drops back, looks all day to throw. Has his receiver.
Bounces off of the receiver, bounces to the defender, back to the defender before it finally touches the ground.
So that's a tough break for the Havoc. It's now second down as the first quarter comes to an end. We're going to take a break as you're enjoying Havoc football right here live on the YouTube channel. Welcome back as your score 14-7. Havoc under center. Chappelle drops back, waits, looks, has a man open. Pass is complete.
Nice grab again, and it is nobody else, no other than the guy, Brian McDaniel. This guy here is an awesome receiver here for the Atlanta Havocs. He's putting on big numbers. Hey, Showtime. That's my nickname for him, Showtime.
And you talked about it. You said it before the game. You look for him to have a big game.
That's a nice one-handed grab by that guy there. I can tell that guy's down there having a little fun. He's loving everything about the game. That's what you have to do. You have to love this game and perform.
Chappelle once again has trips to the far side. Here's the snap. Chappelle just going to keep it behind center to get the first down. He was short of the first down, so now it's first down and 10 for the Havoc.
I agree with that. You know, get the first down. Here on the quarterback, get the first down and set up and just play another down. Get behind those big bodies, you know.
And the thing that amazed me here is you got a surge on that offensive line of about 3 yards. I mean, the offensive line just moved that entire front wall back 3 yards.
Right. And that quarterback just get behind him and just run with him.
Chappelle drops back, throws.
Touchdown.
They're going to spot him down at the 1. Quick? They're going to spot him down at the 1.
But it's no other than that guy. That guy again, Ryan McDaniel. If nobody going to know this man by the time this game is over, by the time this game, you will know him tonight.
And what's the nickname you're going to give him? Showtime?
Showtime. Showtime at the Buford Arena. Again, if you're not here, you pull on up down here and just watch this guy just have a good time playing football. He's definitely, you know, showing out. That's what I call it. He's showing out.
So here we go. 13:08 remaining in the second quarter. 14-7. We've got a stoppage in play.
I'm sure they're going to give it on to, you know, Zach Brown again, the big fullback here to run it on in.
And boy, did you read it.
Called it out.
And the thing I noticed, there was no defensive lineman within 3 yards of the ball. That offensive line got an unreal surge.
Yeah, this Havoc's offensive line is really going to work here.
And we watched the replay here.
The big bodies here for the Havoc is just set up off the ball.
Look at that surge.
And they just blows the line up.
The Havoc attempting the extra point with 12-11 remaining, clock continuing to run. Here's the snap, plays down and kicks up. And that's right down Peachtree Street and good. With 12:02 remaining, your Atlanta Havoc lead 21-7. An outstanding game so far.
You know the Cowboys are not too far off. You know, they still have a lot of game to be played. You know, it's just a matter of time of when they're going to decide they want to play some ball today.
And that's true. And we see some discussions with the officials. And Jed Solomon is just trying to
Like he's
get
down
some
there
clarification.
he's down there pleading his case. I don't want to kick here. I want to kick here. I don't know what's going on down there.
And we're getting set for the kickoff, and I think this might be a better angle for Solomon as we see Coach Rez coaching up his receivers, as it looked like they might have, as if they needed a little coaching here.
Right.
Solomon's kick, and it hits the overhead obstruction. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line.
That has got to be very irritating for Solomon. Solomon's probably trying to get his some points on the board as well. He's just not a kicker. He's a big.
He's got a big, huge leg. He played in the AFL last season, and he is used to those high ceilings at the arena, and this is not a.
So I guess it's just an adjustment for Mr. Solomon. So he'll find it. He'll find his way.
And I have to agree with you. So now it's 1st down and 10 for the Cowboys. And that's going to be interesting to see what this defense is going to do. Are they going to pin their ears back? They got a 14-point lead here with 12:02 remaining in the quarter. And we see some of the Havoc cheerleaders trying to urge this team on. And they're going to try a little bit of a reverse, and there's nothing doing. And guess who's there? Larry Ford, defensive end on the stop.
This is a big time play for Mr. Ford here. He reads that toss, gets on the outside. Also got a little help from Jackson, that corner, forces that play back inside, forces it to that defensive line or that defensive end, and helps him close in on that play. That was a great play by the Atlanta Hawks.
And when I looked at that, one of the things I did see, and that was close to an illegal defense, because what's supposed to happen, the defensive ends are supposed to rush the quarterback, and they're not supposed to go wide, but he can plead that there was a pitch. That's why he went wide.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Oh! Okay.
And we're going to get a block in the back.
Yeah, okay. Hot sauce. Hot sauce Atlanta Havoc.
Even though he's going to take it in for a score, it's going to come back. A tough break for the Havoc, but they still get the football.
They still get the football, but does that interception goes to Mr. Robinson's stack? Is that his interception?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'm sure he's happy about that.
Michael Robinson played his college football, believe it or not, in Canada.
In Canada, huh? Mr. Robinson, 5'9", 170. That's a big-time play. It's almost like the quarterback was throwing it to him. One thing I can say, he's got to get better with.
Was that another flag right there?
Yeah, that was another flag. Flags coming everywhere.
They hit the quarterback on that one, and the rule of thumb, and we'll wait for the officials to give us the call. So there might be a block in the back and an unsportsmanlike before the score.
So that was a total of 3 flags here on one play.
And they didn't take the unsportsmanlike, which was kind of interesting, I would say. But what probably happened is the unsportsmanlike would have counted where the flag was thrown or where the infraction occurred. Thus, you would take the block in the back call that was closest to the end zone there.
Right.
So this is not a lot of room to operate for your high motion man. Here's the snap. Quick throw, and it's complete. Not a whole lot of yards.
Thyron Lewis with the completion here.
And I'm familiar with Lewis as well. He's been in the arena game for a few seasons.
Okay.
And I think he got maybe
a yard.
Well, we'll give him 2. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. 9:57 to go in the half. And so far, an outstanding game.
I got a feeling who this guy's going to look for on this play here. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Here's a pump fake. He's open.
Down the field. Hang time. Big time play. Did he lose it?
And
did they call it down?
The officials did not blow a whistle.
That has got to be heartbreaking for the Atlanta
And he
Havoc
should have been
team.
in the end zone. If we can get a replay on that to see
what actually happened here.
So that's a tough break.
I have to tell you, Eric, I'm confused. I don't know what just happened here.
They say it was a touchdown.
Okay.
Because to me, it looked like the ball had crossed the plane.
There you go, crossed the plane. So that crossed the plane does apply to this arena from the NFL.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's great news if you're a Havoc fan.
How sad would that have been if they took that touchdown away from them?
Because I don't think there is replay in the AAL other than possibly the championship game. So that's been outstanding so far.
Oh, and it's a block by the South Carolina Cowboys.
And he's just going to go down with it. That's about the best bet.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Eric. Now, how does this work? If they on a blocked field goal, can they go score?
Yes.
Okay.
They can pick up 2 points.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry, 1 point.
1 point. So it's just as much as a.
But we've got a penalty. I think it's going to be illegal defense. So we'll wait and see what the call is. And that's what the call is. Half the distance to the goal, they're going to replay the kick.
Okay. Well, if you're a Havoc fan, you are happy about that. You get a second time around. I'm quite sure they're going to nail it this second time around.
Because what happened, and let me try to help the fans out with an illegal defense call. Mm-hmm. Basically, you have to have, on a kicking situation, 4 down linemen.
Right.
They cannot line up outside of the tackle box.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who is off the line of scrimmage cannot advance to try to block the field goal. So, looks like the Havoc are going to go for 2.
Hey, they might as well. They have nothing to lose here. It's 21-7 here, you know.
That's 27-7 the score.
Oh, it's 27-7.
Cowboys are going to take a timeout.
Timeout here on the field. As I look around here, the fans are still pouring in. You still have time to get down here and catch some good football from your Atlanta Havoc.
So one of the things that you have to always look for, and we talk about a good crowd, and if you're not here, you're missing a lot of excitement. I know this is the city of Atlanta, and there are things going on 24/7.
All day, every day.
But I'm a huge football fan. So guess what? Where I'm going to be if I'm in Atlanta in the spring and the summer.
You know, I feel the same way. I'm a huge football fan. I would love to be at every game. If I can be at all of them, I'll be there. But whatever one I'm, able to get a hold to, I'm going to be there regardless.
As it looks like the Havoc are going to go for 2 here. Chappelle going to take the snap, quick throw, and it's going to be an easy walk in the park.
Easy.
Good. And really what set that play up is going to be Tyshawn Henderson, the offensive lineman, 6'7", 350-pounder from Clark, Atlanta. Watch as he comes out. He tries to come out because he's an eligible receiver. He gets out, throws a block, sets it up.
Also, those blocks from those outside receivers help, spring Mr. Patrick Cadino in for the easy walk-in for those points. You got to have blockers. Blockers makes everything easy.
29-7 the score with 8:34 remaining.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong here. I know you said they was expecting this game to be a blowout, correct?
Well, it was going to be an interesting game. You worry about games like this being what some people refer to as a trap game.
Oh, okay.
And that was the thing that made me nervous here when we got started. This was a game you look at on paper and you say, all right, yeah, this can be an easy win.
Yeah. This is the one we're going to get. We're not worried about this game. We're just going to play this one, use it for practice, get ready for next week. Speaking of next week, do you know what they have next week?
And it's going to hit the overhead obstruction as the Havoc travel next week. And that's going to be another interesting game. In 2 weeks, we're going to return here. So mark your calendars, fans. The Havoc will be back in Buford Arena 2 weeks from today. And they're going to take on another team from the Carolinas. And this one is a very good one, I would say.
Okay.
But next week, they go to High Country to play the High Country Grizzlies. And that's going to be an interesting game. High Country is winless so far this season, but they are a very dangerous team. And next week we'll be back on May the 12th as we take on the Carolina Energy right here in Buford Arena. Get your tickets early. You don't want to miss it.
Now, I do have a question I'm going to ask you here in a minute. Or maybe I can ask you now. Yeah, how do they come up with the names of these teams,
And it is kind of interesting, and you have to get with the owners. The owners, kind of set the name, and they'll name it after the community.
Okay.
For example, the Florida Tarpons are just south of Tampa.
So the Carolina Energy, it must be full of energy in Carolina. So they just gave them the Carolina Energy.
What happens is they're located in an area where they produce energy for the state of Carolina.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. It's pretty neat.
And I want to remind everybody the schedule. Next week, the Atlanta Havoc will be in High Country to take on the High Country Grizzlies, and that game is going to be another good one. After that, week 8, your Atlanta Havoc return home to take on the Carolina Energy. We're getting set. The Cowboys, under some duress, gets it out quickly, and that's probably the second positive yards play they've had this game.
Yeah, that's just a quick play here to the left hand side here. Your receiver runs up. It goes about maybe 5 or 6 yards downfield and spots up for a hitch. Quarterback, quick pass and throw. Get down on the sideline. Positive yards.
And that might be the only play they've got. If as the way this defense is playing lights out, the only thing I could see is possibly a back shoulder throw. Here we go again. Cowboys load the gun. Here's the snap. Here comes pressure, and he bobbles the reception, but makes it.
Right, there it is again. What I was talking about, that the quick transition from the quarterback to the receivers, the quick pitch and go. Comes out on the right side of the field this time. Goes up about 6 yards, curls up, sits right there on the hitch, positive yards. I think that right there is what's working for him the best right now. So maybe we'll see that on down the field. Or the Atlanta Havoc can't go to sleep either now because they know they got the best one. It's a play for that. You want to sit on that hitch, over the top they go. So the corners can't fall asleep.
29-7 the score with 7:06 remaining in the quarter. This time under center. His snap, they're going to give it to the fullback, and he has nowhere to go, and that helmet comes off.
Helmet comes off.
And there's the flag.
So quick question that this happens, the helmet comes off. The helmet comes off in the NFL, you have to leave the field, or in college, you have to leave the field, correct?
Correct.
What happens in this situation?
Now, they allow them to put the helmet back on, but you're going to get a face mask, which means, he can stay.
Okay, all right.
And watch here. He definitely reached underneath, and it's going to be a face mask.
Well, I can say right now, everything is definitely happening in the South Carolina Cowboys way. They're moving, getting positive yards. Maybe they're going to give them 7 points here on this drive.
And we'll see it, as this has been the best drive by far the Cowboys have had. The biggest play has been this 15-yard personal foul penalty.
Right. And it kind of makes you wonder, it's the Havoc is, are they getting too relaxed again? Are they just, hey, we're going to beat this team? You still have to play, like you want to win,
And
don't give up foolish penalty. That was a foolish penalty. Up
and
for
they're
grabs.
Almost an interception. And that was LaRoche Jackson. They call him LJ.
They got him throwing his hands up like he didn't do anything. Honestly, I didn't see anything wrong with that play either, You got to let him be physical on the outside just a little bit. Being a corner, I feel like that was a great play. He rushed him, and he brought the thump in that play. The receiver was shocked and stunned. I think that's a great play by him.
And then the receiver had to turn into a defensive back here at the end of the play. So it's now 2nd and 10. Ball spotted just outside the 10-yard line. Here's the snap. He's going to wait and look. Almost a pick by our man LJ.
It's almost like they're trying to pick on LJ here. You think the man in the press box here say, hey, number 4 LJ is a target. Let's go at him. It's the last 2 plays here. We don't win at him. They've been unsuccessful.
But LJ was about to step in front of that one and take it the other way.
A little more quicker. They would have thought he was Hodo out there. That was a nice play by LJ though.
They're going to try to throw a quick hitter, and that was another bit of miscommunication.
You can see the frustration here on the quarterback. He's just can't connect with the receivers. He hikes the ball, he's get back there, he's looking, and he's ready to throw, but his receiver's not ready to catch.
And this is one of those quick plays where a quarterback is like, it's a timing pattern. 1, 2, 3, the ball's gone.
Right.
And the receivers have to have it. And I don't know if the receiver was thinking, man, there's somebody behind me who's hearing footsteps or what, but he never looked back.
Nice play again here by LJ.
Great defensive play. And that's a turnover on down, so guess what?
Havoc's ball, right?
Yes, sir. And we'll watch the replay.
Quarterback again. Sets up in shotgun, steps back, looks, sets up and throw. That's just a nice play here by LJ.
And that kind of route is very difficult to defend. And he was realistically, because the receiver takes an inside release, the ball comes out to the inside. The only thing you can try to do is try to get your hand in there to snap it out, and that's what he did.
Exactly what he did.
So now it's 1st and 10 Havoc after the best drive of the game by the Cowboys. And they're going to give it to the fullback, Brown, who makes a move, and look at him thundering over people. He is still on his feet. ZB, Zach Brown.
The big guy, Zach Brown here.
Sometimes you got to feed the beast and watch Zach Brown.
Look at him go. He gets behind those lines. Ooh, he got a little hot sauce there. He got a little step back. He's pushing. That's a big, strong guy. Look at those legs on him. Keeps it moving downfield. Positive yards for the Havoc. 1st down again.
And when you have a running game to go along with a passing game in arena football,
nobody is expecting you can do anything. You don't know what to expect. That's called a double threat.
Drops back. He's going to go for it out. He's got a man open. Incomplete. Intended for McDaniel. Broken up nicely by the Cowboys as McDaniel was open. But if he would have just shorted the ball and let McDaniel catch it underneath, but he gave the defensive backs with too much air and they closed on it. Watch the replay.
Yeah, here again. You know, he lobbed that ball up with a little bit too much air. You know, he should have kind of zipped it. But also here, Daniel could have, also been more aggressive to that ball. He kind of, waited for it to fall in his hands. Looks like we have a flag here. What, it could be false start? Yes. Quick question for you. They have that motion man that comes, right?
Yes.
How far do they start back before they're allowed to,
It's up to you how far back you want to get a run up.
Okay.
The ball, you can run up. The ball, you can snap the ball anytime. You can have one man in forward motion at all times. But if you have more than one, then it's a penalty.
So I'm guessing the quarterback is judging off of how quick that person gets to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, he's got trips formation to the near side. He's going for he makes the reception. Great throw in between two defensive backs.
And he finds my man again.
And he's down.
Now that right there, that could hurt. This guy seems like he's the biggest target on the team right now. He's got a touchdown today. He's got most of the catches today. So if he goes down, the Havoc may be in trouble.
Because you've got Isaiah Jupiter already out for the game.
Right.
And it looks like he just might have a stinger on his elbow.
Oh, yeah, he can shake a stinger off. He's going to come back in. Nice route by him. He goes downfield. He splits those defenders, and he goes up and attacks that ball.
Yeah, it looks like that elbow went right up underneath and hit that concrete.
Yeah.
So that's a tough break for the Havoc, as we're down to 1 minute remaining in the half. And just like in the NFL you have a 2-minute warning. In arena football, it's a 1 minute warning.
Oh, 1 minute. So they get a minute.
And so what happens now is NCAA timing rules take effect in 1 minute. It's a running clock until the last minute of each half.
Okay. Look like we have a new body in here. He's not new. It's Thyron. And he goes right to
Outstanding throw and an even better catch into the end zone.
That's number 22. I'm not sure.
And that is how the ball bounces. 35-7 with 53.6 seconds remaining in the half. You're a Havoc. Watch the replay.
Quarterback stands up, stands tall, delivers a strike. Touchdown, Havoc.
Here's the snap, plays down, kicks up. Looks like it's right down Peachtree. We got a flag. And I didn't quite see what happened. But we've got a penalty. And it looks like it's going to be against the Cowboys.
Well,
I think they're going to decline it.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, the Cowboys can't afford any penalties.
But here's the thing. If it's a personal foul in legal defense. Okay. So here's the thing. If it was a personal foul call, which I thought might have been the case, then you can bank it until after the kickoff, and then they penalize you when you spot the ball after the kickoff. And that was what I was wondering. But then when I saw the Havoc players declining the penalty, I realized that it must have been an illegal defense. And once again, that's what we're talking about. Those guys aren't lining up on the tackles.
Right.
Because this is such a small field and compressed field. If you can get those angles and widen out, then it's real easy to get in there and block a PAT attempt. So to be competitive, that's what arena leagues do. It says you have to line up on the tackles. We're getting set. Solomon's kick. That one's going to go almost through the trusses in the arena. So that ball will come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. So now let's see what Coach Mitchell and company are going to do here. Here we go for the Havoc. 36-7 with 53.6 seconds to go. Circle motion to the far side. Here's the snap.
Pump fakes.
He's going to go for it all. And that ball's going to be incomplete.
Who was the intended receiver here? Was he going for?
It looked like he was going for number 22.
Okay. Like I say, man, this Cowboy team here has had a hard time connecting with from the quarterback to the receivers. I'm just not understanding what's the problem here. They should go back to those quick, the quick passes they had going on for themselves the last go around. They was 5-6 yards at a time, and those quick hitches. That was actually working for them.
And they might have done that to maybe loosen up the defense a little bit and come back to it. Circle motion to the far side of the field, out of the gun. Here's the snap, drops back, throw. Pass complete up underneath. And he's knocked into the wall, which is going to stop the clock with 38.5 seconds to go. And that's like you were saying, they needed to get back to that. That's what seems to have been working, and that looks like that's what they're getting back to. As they're close to the midfield stripe, it is now 3rd down and about 6 to go for a 1st down. And I guarantee you they're going to go for it.
Now, I was always told, if it's not broken, don't fix it,
Yeah. And here we go at 36-7 with 38.3 seconds. We've got a timeout, so we're going to step away for a brief moment as you're enjoying Atlanta Havoc football right here on their YouTube channel. We're getting set now. Cowboys once again in the gun. Here's the snap. It's under some duress. He looks, the receiver breaks his route. He had the mid receiver wide open, but went for the home run ball, and it falls incomplete. That's going to bring up a fourth down.
And this is a play that us corners, we dream about this play. Quarterback sits back, throws the ball up. It's you and one other person. The best person is going to win and get that ball. Here, number 27 jumps up, lackadaisical with one hand, drops the interception. Hey, man, let's lose two hands, go the other way, and put up 7 points. Got to have those plays. Those are plays that corners live for. You get that play, man, you go run down there and hit your head on the goal pole down there, man. I hear in the stands everybody say use two hands, use two hands. Yeah, man, you got to use two hands.
Here we go, fourth down. He's under duress almost instantly.
Big time sack, helmet goes off. Again, there's nobody but Crosby. Quarterback gets up a little shaken up.
So it's a turnover on downs, and we'll watch the replay.
Looking at this Cowboys offense here, this lineman is just getting dominated. You know, nobody touches nobody.
They seem to be using the South Carolina Cowboys defense, offensive line as speed bumps.
Maybe it's the loud green shirts. They just having a hard time of too much flash, too much light on them. They getting blind. They can't see what's going on down there. I don't know what it is.
And I don't have an answer for it.
Obviously, the Cowboys don't have one either just yet. Maybe after the half, they'll come back and, have a little more to show.
So here we go. First down and 10. Ball spotted on the 18-yard line. Here's the snap. Chappelle looks, throws. Tried to thread the needle. Couldn't quite get it there.
Too high, over the top. Intended for.
So that's kind of a tough break with 18.5 seconds to go.
Now, in this situation, you're Atlanta Havoc. You're up 36-7. What do you do in this situation? Are you just going to go for it all, throw it up in the air? Hey, just, what would you do in this situation?
Well, you still got 3 downs. It's just second down, so you're going to take your end zone shots, or at least, a play where you're going to get a first down.
Right.
High motion to the far side here. Here comes Zach Brown. He makes a move. He's to the 15, down to around the 10-yard line. And they're going to take and the Havoc are going to take a timeout.
I don't know if it was just me or was that play just – it happened so slow.
It was slow developing, but they wanted to – as we watch here, he's going to give it to Zach Brown. Zach comes around the end, makes a move. One thing I did see positive, he protected the football just before he was about to make contact.
He did. He had it out like a bread basket at first, but when he's coming into contact, you have to cover that ball.
So now it's third down and goal with 10.3 seconds remaining in the half. You've got time for possibly a quick end zone shot, or two plays, or two quick end zone shots. Now, if I was the defense, I would have probably let them get the first down so I could have a compressed field to cover. Third down and 1. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Brown again. Brown around the corner. He's to the 5. And it's going to be tackled, and they're going to take another timeout. It's going to be 3.9 seconds to go. Spot the ball inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. And the Havoc are going to take their second timeout. We're going to keep it here. 36-7 to score. And the Havoc are trying to really drive it in and drive it home.
Yeah, that was a pretty simple play. You know, just a sweet little toss to the right, get behind your line, find the hole. Hey, man, go score.
Now, a great coach that I knew once upon a moon, he used to have a saying in situations like this: keep your foot on the gas.
There you go. Keep it on the gas and don't let up.
So here's the situation. Do you try to run the football in, or are you going to try to throw it in? So we've got circle motion coming to the near side. He's going to drop back. Chappelle drops back, waits, looks, throws in the back of the end zone. Touchdown.
And he stares him down. That has got to be the most disrespectful thing a receiver can do when he scores, you know. But
and that was Thyron Lewis from Howard. 6'4", 200 pounds.
It's pretty simple. The quarterback has all day. Sits in his pocket calm, finds a receiver, deliver a good ball. 6 points, Atlanta Havoc. It can't get no easier than that.
So it's 42-7 pending the PAT. Solomon is ready to tack on one.
If I didn't know any better, I would think this Atlanta Havocs team is sponsored by McDonald's, because they're definitely having it their way.
The extra point looks good right down Peachtree Street. It is good. 43-7 your score as we go to halftime. So far, if you're a Havoc fan, you've enjoyed this contest.
43-7, you guys can only sit here and just think about what else is there more to come this second half, you know. Both teams out here are playing very hard. It's a competition at the end of the day. If you guys are not here, come on out. Catch this second half at the Buford Arena here. We'll look forward to finishing the rest of this game and just seeing what both of these teams have to come this here the second half.
43-7 your score as we are entering into halftime. And I think we're going to throw it down onto the field for a halftime coach's interview.
Special shout out to the Atlanta Havoc cheerleaders. They're the biggest support here, along with the fans. The fans and the cheerleaders is what keeps this team in drive.
So we'd like to thank some of the proud sponsors of Atlanta Havoc football. Dickey's Barbecue Pit. Some of the tastiest barbecue I've had in quite some time. I'd also like to thank the North Georgia Spine Center. So, one of the things we always bring up, if you're interested in partnering with the Atlanta Havoc, sight of antenna right there. It's right there.
Troy, where you at, Troy? All right, no. Go on the field. Go on the field area. Like in the where those chairs was at when I was standing up. Go like deep in the sideline where all the chairs at. Here I come. You gotta come out here. It's blocking the signal. You can't do it. Check. Y'all got me? You got a signal yet? You have a signal yet? You got a signal yet? Copy, check. Who we interviewing?
There's one of the dancers, I think, and
Y'all know.
and I think Coach Rez. And I think Coach Rez.
I'm not ready yet. Come again? You don't have a signal just yet.
Not yet.
Alright, let me know when you get a signal. I got coach again.
It is on. It's ready. All right. So what we're gonna do is just ask him about what he feels about the first half of the game and what adjustments we can make, will not make, that sort of thing.
Okay.
1 second. Sorry, Coach.
No problem.
Alright, coach. I'm gonna say you just talk to her. You ain't gotta look at the camera.
Okay.
You can peek at it every now and then, but just talk to her.
Gerald Mitchell. Gerald. Coach Boo Mitchell.
That's all right, man. I know it's not you.
I'm just going to do a little intro and then ask him.
No problem.
The question.
Whatever you want to do.
Go!
Are they trying to turn the music down? Okay.
Let them get their doggone signal straight. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We'll do it in a second. Hold on. You might do a stand-up
Little
anyway.
intro.
All right. Still cute. They like that.
Hello, Havoc Nation. My name's Veronica Paul, and I'm here with Coach Gerald Boom Mitchell, head coach of your Atlanta Havoc. You're on a 5-0 roll right now, Coach. What adjustments are you going to make here in the second half?
You know, there's not too many adjustments we got to make. You know, you see the scoreboard, it's 43-7. So we got to come out playing, firing on all cylinders, make it happen.
There you have it. Hey, let me get a hot dog. I'm taking a few. No. Yeah, look at that. I have to lock it. Ooh, it's warm and tight. Oh, well. I'm talking in the microphone because I need you to hear me. I have a lot of things to say. I'm happy to be sharing with you all today.
Ask him what he thinks. Hey, let him interview.
Zach, what's your last name?
Zach Brown.
Brown. Zach Brown.
Yep. Just ask him how he feels as far as the first half has went. He's had a lot of big runs. What he feeling as far as the game? What, Coach?
You just can talk to me. You don't have to look at the camera.
I got you.
Okay?
You gotta look at the camera.
Yep. I'm here with Zach Brown, and he has been having an amazing first half. I see you. Sorry. I'm here. Oh, sorry. Is this live? I'm here with Zach Brown, and he has been having an amazing first half. You've been making some really incredible runs. So what exactly are you trying to change here in the second half?
Really ain't nothing to change. You know, I say we just keep blocking, the O-line keep blocking, Coach Red keep on calling great offensive plays, and we just keeping up points on the scoreboard.
Sounds good. I know you guys are on a 5-0 roll. How are we going to keep this train moving?
One thing about the Havoc, we taking it one game at a time. We ain't worrying about the future. We ain't worrying about the game before. We worrying about the game that's coming up the next day. So right now, we just worrying about this game, and we taking it one game at a time.
Thank you. There you have it.
That was number 20. That was Zach Brown. They call him ZB, number 10, letting you know that your Atlanta Havoc are on a roll. They're going to take it one game at a time, and we're going to see what happens as this season continues to unfold. I'd like to take an opportunity right now to thank the Atlanta Havoc, who are bringing arena football back to Atlanta, Georgia. All right.
I'm here with Coach Rez, and we're getting ready to talk about the powerhouse first half you all had. How are we going to keep that momentum moving into the second half?
Well, we just got to keep being consistent. You know, right now we score in every possession. We score right at the last score of the half. We get the ball back. We can try to be the first team to score in the first half and keep it rolling.
Okay, I know you all are lightning hot right now on a 5-0 streak. What are you telling the guys in the locker room?
Just stay focused and keep grinding. You know, we can't let up no matter what. 5-0 don't mean anything. Right now we're 0-0. So we got to just keep moving every week. Doesn't matter who we play, and just do what we're supposed to do.
Thank you, Coach.
That was the general manager and the offensive coordinator for your Atlanta Havoc as they lead 43-7. And so far in this first half, let me get your impressions, Mr. Hodo. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, with this first half, like Coach just said, the Atlanta Havoc is having it their way. They're scoring every possession they get, going down the field, putting up points. They're basically controlling this whole game right now. What I want to see from South Carolina, I want to see the fight in those guys. I want to see them say, hey, it's 0-0 right now. It's halftime, 0-0. Let's come out. Let's put some points on the board. Let's give these Atlanta Havoc a game. Let's show the crowd we ain't coming out here just to lose. Just make things look bad. But hey, we want to give them, a run for their money. We came here to play football just like they did. They put on their pads the same way we did. Let's just come to it, and hopefully we get a better results in the second half here.
And a great first half it really was. You put up 43 points, and we still got another half of football to go.
Right.
Could we possibly see a clock broken here with 100 points?
Hey, you never know with this Atlanta Havoc offense, man. They come out here and very well put up 43 more points, and they'll break the clock. To me, that's a great day to the Atlanta Havoc. Going into the next week, they'll be ready to rock. So we're just going to see what this second half brings out.
Well, like I said, so far it's been all Havoc this entire first half. As we're a couple of minutes away from kickoff to start the second half. Let's play devil's advocate here. If you're the South Carolina Cowboys head coach, what are you telling your team right now?
Right now, I'm telling my guys, hey, I'm letting them tell me what they see. Then I'm going to tell them what I see. So we're going to compromise. Hey, this is what we're going to got. This is what we have to do to come out this second half. Let's see this. Let's try this. They're going to go in and improvise their plans. They got to change something, incorporate more strategies to get this Cowboy team rolling. We're going to figure it out as a team, put all our coaches together, and just see what we got going on.
So it's been a tough first half if you're a Cowboy fan, but it's been all Havoc as they've led from start to finish, and there's nothing, really nothing that the Havoc can do wrong so far this game.
Basically, this Atlanta Havoc team, only thing you can say to them is keep your feet on the gas. To this Cowboy team, you got to get your motor running. That's basically what it is.
And you heard Zach Brown talking earlier about how they're taking this one game at a time. They are undefeated right now, 5-0. And if this continues, 6-0, barring something. The only negative that I've seen was Ryan McDaniel going down with that injury, and you're wondering,
is he going to come back this second half, correct?
Right.
We haven't seen him, hopefully that injury was like a little minor. If they can make it without him, cool. I'm quite sure they'll do it. Let him rest. Get ready for next week, He's done showed out enough. I call him the Showtime. He done showed us what he can do.
He has definitely showed up and showed out.
Yes, he did. So we're just going to see what this second half brings. I just hope that this Cowboy team gets everything running for them. This Havoc team, hey, keep your feet on their necks. Run up the scoreboard if you have to. Break this stadium in. Do something that nobody's done in this stadium before.
And that's what we've got to look forward to. 43-7. So far, outstanding performance if you're a Havoc fan. And there's not really another way to say it other than it's just that the Havoc have shown up and showed out.
Exactly what they did. They had right now I can see that they had a good preparation week. They prepared for them. They studied film. They handled their business before the game, and now they just come out here to play. Mm-hmm. I call it the LRPs. You're gonna learn, you're gonna relax, and then you're gonna come to play. That's exactly what they did.
I like that. And realistically, the Havoc have not had to really, I don't think they've had to really make any real adjustments in this contest thus far.
They haven't made too many adjustments. The only adjustment they could probably made is just the adjustment to Mr. Daniels going down. But hey, I'm quite sure they have somebody to fill that shoe as well. I think they brought in Thyron, right? Thyron came in for
Yeah.
Mr. Daniel, so he's been holding his end up to as well. So that's one thing about this Atlanta Havoc team. They have threats all over the field. Threats that are not playing right now because of their injuries, but I'm quite sure they'll have them back in a couple weeks. I'm itching to see what they would do when everybody's healthy and together.
And here's what I'm looking at. I've got this game circled right now in the immediate future. The one on May 12th against the Carolina Energy. As we're ready to come back and bring in the second half, as we're set to kick off, and here's the kick.
Nice return here. We got a nice return.
And he's going to get out of bounds and go down to about the 5-yard line.
There was a great return there by Mr. Kicking off the second half here, 43-7. The Atlanta Havoc is control of the ball right now. What else do they have in store for us? Motion man here on the left. Quarterback drops back. Sets, look, pump fakes, scrambles out to the left side. Is a positive gain about 6-7 yards on the play. This was a great play. Quarterback did not force anything. Quarterback set back. He just looked, was very patient. Didn't find anything downfield. Quarterback chose to run off, pick up positive yards.
And Chappelle, once again, does an outstanding job. But the ball is moved back a little bit. The ball spotted now on the 9-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down for the Havoc. Chappelle under center. Is going to have high motion man coming to the far side in the trips formation. Here's the snap. Chappelle drops back, waits, looks in the back of the end zone. Touchdown.
Easy money. Easy money.
Outstanding throw and an unreal catch. Wide open.
This is exactly what I mean by keeping the feet on the gas. This team comes out looking to score, not lackadaisical. Hey, 6 points for the Atlanta Havoc. And once again, they're having fun. Look at Big 70 here is dancing, having a good time. Hey, I like it. Everybody's enjoying it, having a good time,
I agree. Boy, do I agree.
49-7 here.
And on to attempt the PAT. And this is the thing I was noticing. You notice you have 4 down linemen, and you can't line out outside of the tackle. And it looks like he's a little outside of the tackle there.
Well, I guess they let him get away with one. 50-7 here. 12:24 to go in the third quarter.
And so if you're a Havoc fan, you're loving it.
Yeah. And if you're a Cowboys fan, you're probably writing up some plays to hand to the coach.
Well, I want to remind everyone that the Havoc's next home game, and we were just talking about it, is going to be on May 12th against Carolina Energy, and that game is going to be huge. And I'm going to say this, we're going to need that 9th man in this arena for that game.
Yes, I agree. That's going to give them that edge from the following week. They just coming off of a huge win, going into Carolina, taking on the Carolina Energy in their home. They're going to need all the energy they can get with this Atlanta Havoc team. Am I pronouncing this name right? Is it the Havoc or the Havoc?
The Havoc.
Atlanta Havoc. Okay.
And here's the kick. And that one's going to be returnable. He's to the 5, to the 10. Makes a move, and it's going to be brought down at about the 12-yard line.
Well, that was a nice acrobatic move here by the Cowboys. He jumped off the ground.
A good return.
Nice return here out of the end zone. He's looking, finds a little crease, bounce off of a tackle. Then he almost lost the ball there, but he probably would have been down.
And Frederick Alexander with the stop. That's that big defensive lineman from Clark, Atlanta, 6'1", 260.
Lined up here with the Atlanta Hawks defense here. They have been nothing but tremendous this whole time. So what else can we expect? Nothing but more tremendous, correct? Big hits.
And we've got a fumble ball and almost disaster for the Havoc.
I wonder what happened here. Did the ball hit the center on the butt a little bit, or did the quarterback just, it kind of tipped the center's butt, right?
That's what it looks like happened.
So now if I'm the quarterback for the Cowboys, I would tell my center, hey, man, get your butt up a little bit, get the ball to me. You know, hey, we're still on the mission here.
And Cutwell, 54, the center. I know they probably just had a conversation with him, and let's see what happens. That pass was broken up. Almost an interception by LJ, and he's punishing himself.
You see that? I like that. That's a true corner. He gets it in right here on the field when he know he messed up. He can't get it back. He got to pay for it. Better luck next time, youngster.
But he missed the pick six interception. We'll watch the replay.
One thing I can say about this guy, he's always around the ball. He's been around the ball all night. They've been going to him back to back. They haven't seemed to complete a pass on him just yet.
And he was under duress, so I think he just threw that one away. And in arena football, we call that a souvenir, and that was a good move by the nose tackle. Brandon Lampkin. Lampkin, 6'5", 315-pounder, an SEC guy from Arkansas.
To me, it kind of seems like this Cowboy team here is kind of tired. What do you think?
Well, they seem a little out of sync, and it's been tough sledding.
That can determine a big difference in the game of how much a team is in shape, you know. You got to be able to run.
He's going deep, and nobody's home.
Well, that's not nothing new. We done seen that happen all game. He's throwing to the air.
Well, that's looks to be a little bit of frustration, and that was a fourth down, so it's a turnover on downs. And you can really see the frustration on his face right now.
Yes. Chopping it up here with the ref a little bit. You know, maybe the ref can give him a little tips. Hey, man, you got to find the guys in white you're throwing to, you know.
And I don't know if he's telling the receiver, man, you don't cut that route off. You keep going.
And this goes back to what are the conversations going on in the locker room between the quarterback and your receiver? Like, do you guys get together and talk about what's been going on? Because it's not new to anybody in the stadium that you haven't completed a pass. You know, you have to figure it out.
And they're going to give it to Zach Brown. Zach makes a move and gets inside the 5 to about the 3, maybe the 2. And we've got some shoving going on.
Got a little shoving going on. See, this is when the frustration starts to kick in. Frustration from the Cowboys, you know. Now they're going to do anything to get under the Atlanta Havoc skin, you know, but Atlanta has to stay calm. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't entertain it. You guys are up 50-7.
So now do they feed the beast Zach Brown once again?
I'm quite sure they're going to feed the beast Zach Brown once again. What they fooled me?
They tried a naked bootleg, and that was disaster.
Seems like that's a new quarterback in the game. That's
That is. And that's Michael Eubank.
Michael Eubank, okay.
From Arizona State and Stanford.
Pretty big guy.
And I think the way the line was blocking, he ran the wrong way.
So, he could have been a little confused. You know, he's first time in the game. He's got to get the little jitterbugs out. I'm quite sure he's fine now. He's going to lead this team to a touchdown. I have yet to see Mr. Daines return to the game, so maybe they're going to let him rest for the rest of the game.
Stack wide receivers to the near side. Here's the snap. Eubank looks, throws, looks like he's in. It's a touchdown. Eubanks with the first touchdown of the game for him. Gets it to number 89, Martell Moore, wide receiver, 6'1", 195-pounder from Northern Illinois.
Pretty simple. He's a big, tall quarterback, correct? Big, tall guy like that is going to sit back, looks one way, look off the corner, the safety, whatever it is he's looking off, finds his receiver. 6 points for Atlanta Havoc. Hey, man, it's only been happening all game.
And on to attempt the PAT. We've got a late entry into the game, and this is kind of what happens late in a ball game where you have some substitutions going on.
Well, Eric, at this point, I guess it's safe to say, there's no coming back for for this Cowboys team. Only thing I can give to this if I had one inspirational quote to tell to this Cowboy team is, hey, give it your all. Finish the game.
There you go.
Finish the game. Just finish the game. Move on to next week.
And we see Coach Mitchell just crossing our camera shot.
He looks pretty excited about how his team is playing right now. I mean, I would be too, so, hey. But also as a coach, I would tell my players, hey, finish the game as well. You want to finish the game. Act like you've been there before is what they tell us.
That's exactly right. This is kind of fun time, and it's to the point now where with the Havoc, I think you can play everybody here.
Yes, everybody get a chance to see the field. Even those guys that don't get as much playing time, let's put those guys in there, throw them in there and see what they can do. Everybody deserves a chance to play tonight.
And I'm to the point where I'm like, Coach, I'm going to go ahead and put on some shoulder pads. I want to get in.
Hey, you might as well take me with you.
What happened, bro? That was a practice kick.
And we see some of the fans getting energized. And we're going to re-kick this one. Here we go.
With all this green in here, you would think the Atlanta Havoc would be sponsored by Monster. It's a nice stadium in here. I like it.
And this time he's going to squib kick it down for a return to the 10, and he's going to be dropped.
Boom. Tick, 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 tick. Boom. That's what just happened. He just unreal. Unleashed.
And we'll watch the squib kick again.
Comes down full speed. Nobody touches him. Puts their hands on him. Clear shot on your return, man.
Here comes the shot once again. I think his own man is collateral damage.
Yeah. That's one of those moments you'll see on ESPN. Come on, man.
His own player, 21 Williams, leveled him on that play. He gave him the forearm, and I thought the forearm was illegal in football now.
Especially when you're giving it to your own player. Look like we're seeing new bodies here for the Atlanta Havoc's defense.
And he's got it, and it's going to be a pick.
And there it is.
And he might have a convoy, but he's getting hemmed up now. And he's going to go down about the 10-yard line.
Well,
4:56 remaining. And Michael Robinson with the interception.
Look at him, the pick, a little sauce and bake, second bake. Let's play with him a little bit. Hey, man, I want to have me some fun. That's all he's thinking about. He's just having a good time out there. That's all you can ask for these guys.
And I don't know, I thought I saw a Euro step in there too.
He thought he was playing a little basketball too. Oh, my God, look at that one. That was pretty clever.
Baptized
That was pretty neat. I haven't seen that one.
That's the one thing you love about arena football are the touchdown and interception celebrations.
That was pretty neat.
And that, you're right, that's a touchdown celebration that I have not seen either.
Now, I haven't seen that from the pros to the college to the arena league. That's new to me.
And we've got a flag on the play. And Eubank in at quarterback, Michael Eubank. And we talked about him. He's built like a linebacker.
I was just going to say, he's kind of
6'6", 240.
Yeah, that's a big guy.
Eubank drops back, looks downfield, short hops the receiver. He actually had his choice of receivers. Both of them were open. But it falls incomplete, intended for, is that Copeland? That's Coleman. And Coleman couldn't quite come up with the reception as he tried to short hop it. And that was Alex Coleman. That's a name we haven't called all evening. 5'10", 200-pounder from Capital University. Eubank once again under center. Trips formation to the far side. Eubank's going to keep it. He's to the 10, to the 15. Makes a move to the 20, 25. He's still on his feet. And inside the 20-yard line, first down. And I don't see a penalty flag down the field.
You know, that. Look at this play here. This guy's about 6'6", you say, right? 6'6", 240. He's running a good 4-5 here. But, hey, nobody's in his way. Hey, why not? Get the big man involved. Let him get him some yards. Good play.
And there was a DJ in my day that used to say, listen to the big man holler. And so you had to go ahead and give it to him, and I guarantee you he's going to talk about this run for a while.
That's the one that's going to stick to him. Oh, he's got it again.
And they're going to run it again. And he's going to pick up about 9, give him 9 on the carry.
Well, it's the big man show now. It's called Welcome to the Big Man Show. Big Man Showdown.
And they're going to give him 9 yards.
A simple little quarterback sweep to the right. Finds his blockers, get behind his blockers, and just tumbles forward for the first down.
And the thing I don't understand is he didn't get touched for 6 yards.
Right, he's not getting touched to after 6 yards.
And if I'm a coach, I'm going to say run it again.
Right. But now you're thinking about this South Carolina team. Are they seeing that big body and don't want nothing to do with it, or they just can't get there?
Or are they worn out?
They worn out. I believe so too.
Israel Evans declares as a tight end. Eubank once again under center. Here's the snap. Eubank going to throw it over the top, and it's going to be complete. That's good enough for a first down inside the 10-yard line. So now, with less than a minute to go in the third quarter, the question now becomes, will the Havoc score 60 before the start of the fourth quarter? And I wonder what the Vegas odds for over-under on that are.
Well, I'm definitely going to go 75%.
Coach Riz is calling for his motion man. He's got trips to the far side, and I think you're going to see this circle route in the end zone right here.
Let's see what's he give him. There it is. He's sitting right there in the hole. The big man has some moves as well.
Wow.
Look at him walk through.
And that's an ESPN highlight reel if I've ever seen one.
Look at him. For a big guy to move like that, man, that's impressive.
And he's blowing kisses to the crowd.
Hey. First touchdown for him tonight.
He is built like a linebacker. NFL linebackers aren't that big anymore. The NFL linebacker prototype linebacker is about 230 now.
Right, but they're also running 4 threes now.
And watch the moves. One missed tackle, 2 missed tackle, and high steps it into the end zone. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Extra
Solomon with the PAT. It's right down Peachtree Street. It's good. Your new score, 64-7, as we are getting ready to start the fourth quarter. We're going to step away for a moment as you're enjoying Atlanta Havoc football right here on the Atlanta Havoc YouTube channel. So we're getting ready to start the final stanza. 64-7 the score. Jed Solomon getting ready to put the ball in play. Eric Tabor along with Marquez Hodo. Here's the kick. They're going to squib kick it down the field.
Well, that was brand new.
And that was almost disaster for the Cowboys. And here comes a flag. I don't know what the call is. It happened around the 15-yard line. But I don't know. That might have been a great idea. Let's see if we can spot the foul. We're going to have a block in the back, it looks like. He threw the flag to 15. It should be moved to about the 11. The wide receiving core for the Havoc has been depleted. Well, they're going to get him for unnecessary roughness.
I tell you, those guys from the Atlanta Havoc team, man, they're having a good time. They're just dancing, celebrating this win. Quite sure they're ready to go out tonight and have a good time, you know.
I agree. 64-7. It's going to be fun time. Here's a snap, and the ball is tipped. And it's going to be the big lineman.
All right, then. Well.
And because it's a tipped ball, he is an eligible receiver. And you always enjoy seeing a big lineman make a reception.
Man, that has to be the funniest sight to see, but I know that it's very, very inspiring for that lineman to have touched that ball and get and rumble forward for what, a yard maybe?
Yes. So here we go. Second down and about 8. This time they're going to line up in the shotgun. High motion man comes in circle motion to the near side. Here's the snap. Drops back. He's got the receiver open at about the 10-yard line. It's going to be knocked down immediately, and they're going to say fumble. And it is a fumble.
Well, I'm quite sure you heard this before, you know. Quarterback reads, pitches and throws. Ball secured, catches. Well, he thought it was secured.
And they ripped the ball out.
Hey, that's a great defensive play by no other than.
That's your man, isn't it?
That's
LJ.
my boy. LJ, that's my boy.
And the question was he actually down? And we're going to wait for the official.
No, it's great by LJ, but it's also poor by the receiver. He didn't tuck the ball away.
And they were saying he made a football move, and he was still trying to move forward when the ball came out. So it's a turnover. And we see some of the fans.
Some of the fans here are getting into it, getting amped up. You know, hey, I like it.
We see you. If I was a DJ, I heard him on the way in. I see you.
Yeah.
Eubank drops back. He's going to throw
top.
the fade in the back of the end zone. It's a touchdown.
Oh, and he flips over.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. And this is the other rule in arena football. Because you can't plant your feet because you have the wall. If you go up and over, you just maintain possession of the football.
That's touchdown.
And it's a touchdown.
Well, that was.
And let's watch on the replay.
That was very. Here, quarterback six back, throws it up top for his receiver, goes up and grabs it, comes down with the ball,
and the official makes sure he has possession. Touchdown, Havoc.
Now, could you think he had possession of it, or did he just get up and, hey, you had no choice but to give it to him? Nobody seen what happened on the other side of that wall.
Well, they say as long as you can get up with possession. And since you have nothing but Havoc fans over there, they're going to say it was a catch.
Right. And you are, of course, the home of the Havoc, so, hey, it's Burger King. They're having it their way.
It's a great day if you're a Havoc fan. 71-7 the score with 12:28 remaining in the contest. Outstanding performance by all around by the Havoc. I know when we talk with Coach Mitchell, of course, he's going to have some things to say. He's going to, head coaches are never satisfied.
Right. Just like the players, just like you tell his players, hey, keep your feet on the gas. Coach is going to keep their feet on the gas. That's how it's supposed to be. They want to finish this game, close the game out. Go have them a good time later on. Now, if you are a Cowboy fan or this Cowboy team, you got your hands heavy. You don't know, something's got to change. Probably won't happen this game, but you got to go back home and, reevaluate, pull up some plays, and just try to get a change for next week.
So here we go to start The next, and Solomon Squibb kicks that one again. And he's going to come out of the end zone, and that's a dangerous play. And he's going to go down at about the 2.5-yard line.
Now, I do have a question here. Since that ball is floating around in the end zone so long, are you able to down that ball like
no.
You can't down it? You have to bring that ball.
You must bring it out of the end zone.
Okay. Because if you don't bring it out, then it'll be 6 points for 1 point. Okay.
Now, if they recover it in the end zone, it's a touchdown. If the Havoc would have recovered it, it would have been a touchdown. So the Havoc are taking it easy as the clock's continuing to run, 11:40 and counting remaining in the contest. Here's the snap, and under duress immediately, it's going to be intercepted. And how unselfish was that to let LJ take it in for a score?
Hey, that's what I call a team, you know. They want to get everybody involved. Football is a team sport. I like that play. I like it. Them guys are having fun. Let's see what they got for us. What kind of celebration they coming for us with today? They looking for people. They're looking around, twirling the ball around. Okay. Oh. Well, I guess you got to. You know, this play, watching this play, man, just seemed like the quarterback was very, the quarterback was very rushed in this play. He didn't know what to do. He just didn't want anything to do with the ball at this moment. Got rid of the ball.
Okay.
The quarterback was just rushed here. You know, he wasn't set, ready to throw. He didn't even see the receiver. This is a very frustrated team right here, right now.
Tough day if you're a Cowboy fan. Maybe the NFL counterparts are having a better day in Dallas at the NFL draft.
Speaking of draft, have you been watching the draft lately?
I was following bits and pieces.
So you know they let our boy go to the Cleveland Browns, man. I don't know. I don't know if that was a good choice. I mean, I don't think we need a running back, but hey, he was pretty good. Maybe he see himself, you know, doing better things out in Cleveland. I wish him the best. Do you think Julio Jones is going to stay with Atlanta or no?
Oh, yeah, you definitely, because the window for the Falcons to go to the Super Bowl, since we're talking Atlanta, is still right there. It's still wide open. But the Falcons are still missing a piece or two.
You know, the one thing I think we're missing is a quarterback. I wish we would have got us a quarterback. I was really pushing for the guy from Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a good kid. I think he would have fit perfectly with the Atlanta Falcons and their scheme. Another squib kick.
And this one doesn't get very far, and it's going to be great field position for the Cowboys.
You know, at this point in time of the game, you know, I think it should just be a running clock, you know. Just run that clock on out.
Well, it actually is a running clock until the 1 minute warning.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's ticking.
So now let's see what this defense has got cooked up as the clock continues to run. We're under 9 minutes remaining.
Well, you know, the Cowboys quarterback is just so shook up. I wouldn't doubt that the Atlanta Havoc is going to fare well to come up with another interception, you know, for 6 points. He can't seem to connect with any of his receivers this whole game. You know, he had a little something going on for him for a minute. You know, the quick six routes, hitches. Those are working for him for a minute, but hey, he stopped going to that. Let's just see what he got going on right now.
He's going to throw the quick fade over the top.
Well, LJ. My man LJ, he got caught slipping.
Yeah, but it's like you said, you have to have a short memory.
Yeah, you have to have a short memory. Like I say, he's only thing in this case, what I would do, I would just point to that scoreboard. But still I'd say, hey, yeah, good job, man, good job. But I know I'm going to get chewed out from my coach because, like I say, we can't let up. You know, that play right there could very well much hurt you, you know.
And that was one of the things I think he got caught looking at the backfield action. And the wide receiver got behind him.
Overall, LJ had a tremendous game, you know. Short-term memory, he's come back out. He's probably going to make a big play before the game's over with.
And the extra point is up and good with 7:31 remaining in the contest. Your Havoc in comfortable lead, 71-14. And we've got some of the fans once again celebrating the Atlanta Havoc.
Hey, there you go.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the game.
You never know. We could be looking at our future Atlanta Havoc teammates down there, you know.
And that's true. .731 remaining, 78-14 to score. And my next question is, what can the Atlanta Havoc do for an encore as we're in a media timeout?
So make sure that every day you're looking out for our 50-50 raffles because you could be our winner. Once we draw our winner, join us up at the Fun Club right up top here near our fan shop so you can pick up your prize. And get those sweet tickets ready.
I didn't get a ticket. Did you get a ticket?
I didn't get a ticket. So we have a lot of fan engagement, and that's another thing about arena football that you don't see everywhere else. It's a family, fun, friendly environment.
Right. You want to be very open to the crowd. You know, this is what's going to bring the crowd to the games. You know, they get engaged with the crowds, make them feel home and welcome. You know, that's just good all over around.
Because we were just talking about, you know, when we had the young men out front and we got them on camera. You know, if you were going to an NFL game, you're not going to get that close to the action.
Right.
You know, so if you want to enjoy a great family fun environment, come on down. And the next home game, as I said before, is May 12th. May 12th. And I tell you what, something else that might be great, because you got Mother's Day coming up. You got Father's Day coming up. A great Father's Day gift, a great Mother's Day gift. Go ahead and get Mom, Dad some season tickets for the remainder of the season. Very affordable pricing. very aggressive. You can enjoy some football. And here's the thing, you're in a nice climate-controlled environment.
I agree.
And those of you who like to partake in the spirits, I think they even have some spirits available. And here comes the kick, high, end over end. That one's going to hit the overhead obstruction, and it's going to come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for your Atlanta Havoc. We got a couple of decisions to make now as far as the Havoc are concerned. You've got some injuries now, and this is the time of the year where teams and players get nicked up.
Yeah, you want to keep your guys healthy, You got a lot of season to play. You got more important games than this one, So you just want to just be mindful of your players,
And I'm reminding everyone the game against the Carolina Energy is a huge one. This is probably going to be the biggest test for the Atlanta Havoc thus far this season.
Well, I tell you, if they come and play like they're playing today, I'm quite sure that Atlanta Havoc has nothing to worry about. They have to bring their A game on to next week. This win is going to be put behind them. You can't ponder on this win. It happened. Let's move on to next week. Got a big competition coming against Carolina Energy. Let's take this energy, give it more power, more energy to next week.
And as we're getting set, Eubanks once again takes a snap, drops back, waits. Looks
Pump
like
fakes.
He's going for the home run ball. And he was open. Wow, you don't see a miss that often when you're that wide open.
Yes.
In the pros, it's a game. In college, it's a game of feet. In the pros, it's a game of inches. He should have just let it go. He was beaten.
Right.
That corner was beaten.
That's a play that I'm most guaranteed that Eubanks wish he had that one back.
And one of the few misfires for the Havoc tonight. And we've got whistles.
Looks like it might be a false start here on the Cowboys. Excuse me, I'm sorry, the Atlanta Havoc.
And looking at scores around the AAL, the Richmond Rough Riders, who are also undefeated, lead New England 54-14. The Georgia Doom are beating up on the Cape Fear Heroes 41-28. As Eubanks rolls, looks, gonna throw underneath. It's complete. Get up and run, young man. As he's gonna pick up about 10 on the reception.
That's what I call a safe play. It's a check down play, looking downfield. You can't see anything. Hey, why not go ahead and get those positive yards? Check down to that backfield, come out of the backfield, get you some positive yards, man. Set up for another down.
And a game tomorrow as we watch the replay. Eubank just dumped it off and just played it safe. And tomorrow, Capital City will play Maryland. That game is slated for a 7 p.m. kickoff. Eubank calling for the motion. Quick throw out to the motion man. It's complete. He's to the 20, to the 15. He's got a little bit of a convoy, and it's going to go out of bounds. Spot him around the 11-yard line. That's going to be good enough for another first down.
Hey, like again, very simple. Eubanks sets up, line up, looks at his motion receiver, dumps it off real quick to him, sets up a little screen action over here. Hey, that's positive yards. What more can you ask for?
And so we're approaching the 5-minute mark. Eubanks once again under center, calling for motion. He's got double receivers to the far side. Here's a snap. Wide open underneath, almost intercepted. As the South Carolina DB tried to step in front of the pass, it falls incomplete. bringing up a 2nd down and 10.
Eubanks, he sets back again. I don't know if he saw something or was he just,
I think that was an automatic as you had a man coming in circle motion.
It's almost like the guys that are going in motion is most likely the guys that are going to get the ball.
And most of the time, he is your hot receiver.
Right. That's who's.
And there he is in the back corner of the end zone.
And it is touchdown. I seen it just as well as you seen it. You said it before me. It's touchdown.
I want to say that was a broken ankle there because he made a move to the inside. The DB bit, and he took it to the outside. And actually, he had time to go get a cup of coffee
and come back. Right?
Yes.
That's crazy. Look at it. Eubanks drops back, looks off the safety on one side, goes back.
And there's Coleman wide open.
Finds Coleman, your end zone, standing there free, celebrating with the dance. That dance is called the shoot dance. I don't know if you heard anything about it, but it's called the shoot dance.
I've heard the shoot dance, but that's the first time I've seen it.
Well, now your score is 78-14. 3 minutes and 29 seconds left here in your fourth quarter.
It's 3:29 remaining. And here's the question now: will the Havoc be able to break 100 points?
Hey, I'm quite sure they're going for it. If they can put up 100 points today, I'm quite sure they want to put up 100 points today. This is something that's going to go down in their books. When people look at that record, that record there and see 114, they're going to have something to think about.
Well, and you have to think about that because in a situation in the playoffs, the team with the better record it will be considered the home team.
Right.
So if it's a tie, that's one of the tiebreakers, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
When they look at head-to-head opponents, if that's still a tie, then they look at average margin of victory points, 4 points against. So there's another reason. It's not necessarily that you're trying to run up the score, because I remember a few years ago at an arena football game, I'm not going to call the team's name,
right,
but several fans and the players from the other team were upset because they were continuing to pile up the score. Reason being is because there was an agreement with one of the partners that if the home team scored 85 points, everybody in the arena got a chalupa a day for a week.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't that they were trying to run up the score. It was just that they were trying to get those chalupas for the fans.
Right. If they made that deal today, I'm quite sure that I would go down there and get me a chalupa.
Because what happened is they got the free chalupa, so everybody in the stands got a book of 7 coupons for a free chalupa.
That's good. Again, that goes back to showing how much that the team loves their fans. They try to do what they can for their fans to keep the support going in. So that's pretty nice.
So we're getting set to start. And it's another squib kick by Jed Solomon. The ball's going to be picked up at the 15. He's to the 20, and he's going to go down right there at the 20.
With nowhere to go.
So looking at the standings in the American Arena League, right now in the North Division, the Richmond Rough Riders are also sitting at 5-0. The Grizzlies are at 1-3. The Kings are at 3-1. And we keep going. And you see the Havoc right there at 4-0.
Yeah, you also got, like I say, next week you also have not next week, but their next home game, which is the Carolina Energy. They sit at 4-1. So I don't think it's going to be easy coming to that game against the Carolina Energy. So we just hope that the Atlanta Havoc is as prepared as they can be.
And it's not going to be a pushover team. And as we see the Havoc mascot,
what exactly is a Havoc?
That's a good question. I always wanted to know, same thing with Virginia Tech, what's a hokey?
Right. Because it's like, I hear the, what is it, the wolf sound at the beginning of the kickoff for the Havocs. So is it a wolf? Is it some type of wolf?
And I believe it is some kind of wolf, and that wolf's just raising havoc. And we see some of the fans enjoying this victory by the Havoc. And we had a fumble on the play and another QB sack.
Well, that's not, you know, that's not new. We've been sacking all game, so hey, why not keep sacking? Sack them up.
Well, I guess you could call it everybody's trying to get into the game or get a stat or get a sack. So we've got a stoppage in play. It's going to be a 2nd and about 17. Ball spotted on the 13-yard line. We've got another timeout. We're down to 1 minute remaining in the contest. So 1 minute timing rules take effect. Mm-hmm. So when that happens, that means that all time we're playing NCAA rules on time. You go out of bounds, the clock stops. Another thing that's different in the arena game is if you have a negative yardage play, the clock stops.
Oh, okay. So incomplete passes, clock stop?
Clock stops.
More fans here.
Yes, sir. And we've got another fumble. And it's a sack. Safety. And we've got a safety on the play and add 2 more points.
Yeah, it looked like the Cowboys is just giving up. You know, they're coming off the field with the helmets off. You know, that's a sign of giving up to me, you know what I mean? Now they're coming back on. They're just confused, you know, frustration here, arguing, yelling.
And
87-14.
So we see the Havoc mascot once again. He's enjoying the kids. You know, the Havoc mascot loves the kids.
Right. Look at that picture there.
That's priceless. That's priceless.
The more kids just keep coming. Just keep coming.
And we want to tell everybody, you know, and you see the crowd here on field level. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's enjoying themselves.
Dance? That's the little backpack kid dance right there.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah. Like we were saying, though, Havoc is down here taking pictures with the kids. You know, if you still haven't made your way down here, maybe you come down and get your pictures taken with the Atlanta Havoc mascot. Great win for them tonight, 87-14. 46 seconds remaining here in the 4th period.
So now the Havoc will get the ball back on the safety. And the thing about it, South Carolina just can't simply just take a knee and run the clock out. They have to run a play. And it has to be positive yards to keep the clock rolling.
Oh. Well, I guess in this case it doesn't matter because the Atlanta Havoc is in possession of the ball now.
And I saw a shot just then. And it is getting brutal.
I missed a shot.
And Robinson was trying to extend his hand to shake hands with one of the players, and they didn't want to shake the hand. I see the Cowboys coach coming out, just telling him just go to the sideline.
Now you can really tell that this Cowboys team is very frustrated. You know, it's a hard loss for them. But hey, man, you got to keep it professional. You know, at the end of the day, you guys are men. Played a good game. Feel like you didn't play a good game, that means you have some reevaluation to do it yourself. You know.
And that's the ball game. With that being said, 87-14, what do you see that might be a negative as far as this Atlanta Havoc team?
Honestly, a negative for this Atlanta Havoc team, basically, I just think they need to, you know, stay healthy. Keep them healthy. We had a key receiver come down, you know, stayed out the game. Mr. Daniels, he didn't come back. We don't know his predicament. But, I mean, honestly, I think these guys look good. They prepared good enough. They come out with a win, unfortunately, 87-14. But, honestly, I just think they want to get everybody safety. I mean, keep everybody safe, keep them healthy, come back next week ready to work.
So your final, 87-14. And next week, the Atlanta Havoc will be on the road. They will be traveling to play the High Country Grizzlies. And then back here on May 12th against a huge matchup against the currently 4-1 Carolina Energy. So on behalf of yours truly, Eric Tabor, and on behalf of
Marquez Hodo,
good night and so long, everybody. We'll see you next week. Enjoying Atlanta Havoc football.
You want to stand in front of them?
No, it's fine right up. It's fine right up.
Okay.
Get the chicks up.
I am here with Gerald, Coach Boo Mitchell, and we are rolling into 6-0. How does it feel?
Obviously, it feels good to be undefeated, but I feel like we're still not really playing to the caliber of football that we need to be playing.
Really? So we have an amazing lead in the, what would we be, division?
Yes, the division, and I guess in the league, but nonetheless, we still have a lot of penalties. I don't think we've had a game yet that we haven't had personal foul penalties, which is really a pet peeve of mine. Okay. And I made the guys aware that we've got to stop having these personal foul penalties.
Well, you hear it from the head coach himself. He says the standards needs to be higher, and we can achieve more. So thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you, dear.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay.
Outstanding game if you're a Havoc fan, but you heard Coach Mitchell talk about we've got to fix the penalties and the little things.
Yes, that's always a big pet peeve of any head coach. Penalties will shoot yourself in the foot in the long run. When you have a huge lead of 87-14, obviously penalties won't hurt you that much. But if it's a close game, 21-21, and you get those penalties for unsportsmanlike or offside, anything like that, that can hurt. So yeah, I agree with the coach about that. You can eliminate some of those penalties. So that would be good on his behalf.
One of the things I always note when I was in my playing days, they used to call those penalties non-hustle fouls, and I'm going to tell my age, and I'm going to tell my coach up. Willie Slater was the head coach, was the offensive coordinator. He's the head coach now at Tuskegee, but he was a coach that recruited me out of high school, and I played college ball under him. And one of the things that they preached was the non-hustle fouls. He was actually the offensive coordinator and special teams coach. I played defense. I was a defensive end, but I was also on special teams. Mm-hmm. So one game, it was my first game as a freshman. I got in, and I decided on the extra point attempt, I was just going to fire off and just deck the guy. All I was going to do is just draw a false start penalty.
Right.
So I drew a false start penalty, and I came off field. Coach Slater said, "I'll see you Monday morning."
Well, in that case, you had to see him Monday morning. I'm quite sure every coach would have done the same thing, But hey, you caused that. You did that to yourself, so you might well just going to pay for it.
Yeah, and it was a non-hustle foul. Coach Slater had his rule. You had to, whatever it was, you had to do whatever it was. If the penalty was 5 yards, you had to do 5 or something.
Right.
And my thing was I had to run 5 stadiums.
Well, I'm quite sure you was very much in shape for the next game.
And I didn't do that again.
Exactly.
So, on behalf of everyone, once again, good night and so long from the Buford Arena.